AirPlay is not exactly new technology because you've been able to play music from your phone to speakers or put your phone screen on an Apple TV for a long time now. But now you can actually set up your Mac as an AirPlay receiver. So whether you want to mirror your iPhone or your iPad or another MacBook, you can put any of those on a Mac's screen, which is really cool because this doesn't require any cables or extra applications. This has been built into macOS since Monterey, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up. A couple of things that are really nice about it, and also a couple of limitations with this AirPlay for Mac as well. Before we touch any settings, you need to check your hardware though, because this feature isn't available on every Mac. It'll work with pretty much any Mac 2018 or newer, but the iMac is going to be limited to 2019 or later, or for the Mac Mini, it's going to take a 2020, the Mac Pro 2019. It'll work with any Mac Studio. If you're on an iMac older than 2019, you can't use it as an AirPlay receiver. Also, you need to have Mac OS Monterey or newer running on the receiving Mac, and both of the devices need to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network. The first thing you need to do is go to the Mac that you want to be the receiver. So we're going to use this MacBook Neo as the receiver. And to make sure this is set up, you got to go to System Settings and then click General, go down to AirDrop and Continuity. And then you need to scroll down to the AirPlay section. Make sure AirPlay Receiver is checked to enable this. Then you can choose who to allow this for. So current user will just lock it to anyone who has the same Apple ID, and then anyone on the same network will allow anyone who's already on the Wi-Fi network, and everyone will just open it up to even more people to use. I would just do this setting if you're at home. Also, you can choose if you want to require a password to do this, and you can either set a one-time password, that way it's always the same password, or if you want, you can just allow it to pop a password up on the screen. This just means you have to actually physically see the screen on the Mac to do that. Now to connect to this computer from an iPhone or an iPad, just swipe down from the top right to open Control Center and then go to Screen Mirroring, and then you should see this Mac on the list. If you want to go from a computer to the MacBook, you just click the Control Center in the top right, then go to the Screen Sharing section, and then find the computer you want to connect to. So NeoBlue's MacBook, click that, and then it should connect. Once it connects, you'll either get a pop-up or you might have to click this purple icon in the top menu bar. This will give you the options to choose what content actually is AirPlayed. So click Choose Content, and you can choose whether you want to share the entire screen, which will just mirror everything that you see on the display, or you can do window or app if there's just one specific application you want to do, or if you want to use it as a completely second display, you can use it in extended display mode, which makes it like you've got two Mac monitors just by using your second computer as another monitor. Another thing to know about this is, depending on the way you've got the computer set up, this actually is not quite right for me because I got the computer on the left side of the MacBook Air, so I can't scroll over to the left. I have to scroll to the right. If you want to fix this, you need to go to System Settings and then go down to Displays, and then you have to click Arrange. This will allow you to move the different computer onto the other side. That way, now I can just slide right across from the two of these. There are a couple of trade-offs that you're going to make using this setup. The first and main trade-off is the fact that the resolution on this is going to cap out at 1080p. So even if you're using this with one of Apple's 5K iMacs, AirPlay still compresses everything down. So text and fine details is going to look softer than it natively would. Also, there is a little bit of lag because this is running completely over your Wi-Fi network. If you want less lag, I recommend running this hardwired to the network. So just don't expect zero latency response, especially if you're trying to type or interact very quickly on the mirrored screen. This can really affect it. A crowded network or weak Wi-Fi signal can also make both of these problems worse. So if you've got the option, a wired connection between the two Macs will always feel snappier than Wi-Fi. None of this makes it useless though. It just means this is best mainly for casual mirroring or for presentations, not for anything where pixel perfect detail or instant response matters. This is kind of like Sidecar on the iPad, but just a little bit different because you're essentially using your second laptop as Sidecar. A couple other things you might want to know: you actually can still choose which device the sound goes to. So just go to the Control Center on your Mac, and then under Sound, click here, and you can choose whether it outputs to the MacBook speakers that you're currently on, or if you want it to be on the second computer, you can put it on that. And that's really useful if that computer is connected to some sort of external sound system or speaker system and you need to amplify it. Also, another thing to know about this can be really useful for watching videos on the side because you can just scroll the video over and have it in a full screen window, and then you can be watching that video while you're still working off your main computer display. Also, there's another cool feature that's kind of similar to this, but also different, and it's called continuity, where you can control multiple computers with the same keyboard and mouse. And to get to this, you go to your control center on the computer, and then you click display, and then you press link keyboard and mouse to, and click the keyboard, click the computer that you want to link it to. So I'm going to click Neo Blue's MacBook. And now I'm still using this as a completely separate computer, which just means I can't actually move a Finder window over. I have to open whatever I want up on that computer. This is useful, but sometimes you might find the AirPlay setting to be better. That way you can just move windows over exactly where you need to be and really extend the space on your computer's display. So AirPlay to Macs is one of those quiet Apple features that most people don't know exists. So if your hardware supports it, it is a really useful cable-free way to get content from your iPhone or your iPad or another Mac screen onto a second screen in seconds. Let me know in the comments if this worked for your setup, and if this helped you, give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more Mac and Apple content.